Alright, I got some additional refs, so I gotta go ahead and fix the legs here and fix the ribbons, which I already deleted. Alright, here we go. Going into side view now. First thing I'm going to do is move the knees forward. Turn on proportional editing, make it larger. Bring it forward. Select this area. I will go ahead and delete it because I'm going to have to remake it. Turn off proportional editing. Select here. Scale it big and move it into place. To save myself some time, I'll split the body in half. And once again, give it another mirror modifier. Go ahead and hide it as well. Scale. Scale. And scale here as well. Official daycare attendant model, his legs kind of just go straight into his body. So I'll do that as well. Go ahead and select this arm part here. Select here as well. Duplicate it. Parent by selection. Separate by selection, I mean. Select these two. Object. Join. Now I can rotate this. R90. Bring it down here. Scale a little bigger to about right here. Go to the front view. Let's go ahead and move it into place. Bring it down just a little bit more. Let's move the pants back a little bit so they're not cutting into the model. The same with the side view. Go ahead and move all of this down some more, just to give a little more room to the body, to the legs I mean. Come on now. About right there, we fine. And delete that part. Select here. And we're going to go to face, grid fill, come down to the bottom, turn up the span until you have about an even amount. Select here, turn back on proportional editing again, ZY. Actually, whoops, I forgot grid fill. It does have an option to do this as well. So do the grid fill again. Simple bending. Okay, it didn't do it that time. So instead we'll just smooth it a little bit and bring it straight down. SY. Select about right here. And we'll bring this out. SY, actually, get rid of that, get rid of this, SY, SY again, bringing this part out, selecting here, and smooth it out just a little bit. Bringing this back. Gonna smooth this area some. Bring it forward. And smooth this area. Let's go and do this area as well. Alright, time to move here. Select all this, SY, bring it here a little bit. Bringing this up a tad. And now we can go to front view, where we got a lot of work to do. So we'll select here, hit Control plus to extend it. SX, scale it in. And scale in about right there. Dissolve this, scale it in some more. And that looks about right. Select right here. Make this real large and bring it out on the X. Gonna go ahead and put a cut here, and then just select all right here. Shift L to deselect that area. Save it just in case this goes wrong. Hit W and hit subdivide. Smooth it once. Now, to get them creases that we have there, what we're gonna do is first go to front view, hit K to bring up the knife tool, and click through like this. Whoops. Hide the, whoops. Can't hide the refs in this view apparently. So keep using a knife tool and going through like this. Fun fact, this is actually how the official model has its curves at the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and press enter just to get those cuts so I can hide that. Cut, dragging this knife all the way around it. Almost done. And we're done. Alright, now hiding this. Go in this view. And we're gonna hide, we're gonna parent these. Gonna go ahead and hide them as well. Then we're gonna go into sculpt. And the tool we're going to be using here is the crease brush. Crank up its strength to about 0.85. Whoops. 0.85. And bring it down. Then just draw sharp. Get crease, bring it in. Maybe not like that. And just draw these edges. Looks a little crispy right now, but that's fine. Get the smooth tool, bring it forward, and smooth it out. Bring it in a pinch now. Find your edges. So I don't gotta keep going to wireframe view. I'm gonna turn this on. Yeah, now I can see. This gives us more geometry to sculpt into. And your computer should be able to handle this little of sculpting if you're following this along. So sculpt more. Pinch. Bring it in some more. To get that look of folds. That looks good. Smooth now. Just I smoothed it just a little too much. That looks fun. Maybe right there needs some work, so I will go back into sculpt mode. Smooth that just a little bit. Go to put one here. Scale it in a little. Turn back on the refs. Alright. Turn back on the feet, the legs, and the pants. Object mode. Yep. So call this. Actually, you can just join it to the legs again. Object join. Plane 001. Oh, that's for my background. BG. That's to help with the thumbnails. Okay, legs are looking better now. Now all we need is the ankle bit, so I'm gonna Shift A, create a circle. Let's do it's actually select it and delete that. Let's do 20. Align to view. Bring it in. E to extrude. Ooh, it's almost perfect. Select here. Cursor selected. Select here, here, here. E and extrude out by 3D cursor. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So they're all the same length. Now I'll select here, here, E to extrude. 1.5 tab 1.5, 1.5. Okay, and I'll do the same here. 1.5. Alright. Now just cursor, hold down Alt M to select the entire loop. Actually, let's go ahead and put some loop cuts in for later. Alright, now select all these, M at center, And do that for all of them. Select all these now. Change it to individual origins and scale it down till it meets about right there. Delete this part. Scale this down. Smooth these out. Extrude in. Give this a loop cut here. And now we got the front view done. So I'm gonna hit SR 90 to rotate it. RX negative 90. There we go. Now you see it's cut through the middle here and it goes up. So now we're going to go to top view. Put a cursor through all of these that don't have one. Bring out the knife tool and add our own if it doesn't cut through the middle there. Another way to do this is to just create your own face. Now, these could use some more geometry. Okay, select the middles and all of them. Go ahead and knife tool this. Smooth this out. Same here. Alright, now we select the center of all these. Go to front view. Proportional editing. And scale it up. But we bring it down a good bit. About right there. A little too much. Also bring it in here. Whoops. GZ. Now just select this area. Yep. Now press C and hide these areas. And smooth. Alright. Notice that this area here is a lot of vertices, so I'll just M at center. Delete faces. M at center. M at last. M at center. That's one vert. One. That's one. One. One and one. Go ahead and delete that. F. F. And M. Alright, looks pretty good. Go to select here and smooth it. And E to extrude up a little. Cursor selected. Shift D and make it bigger. Bring it about here. Now E to extrude and bring it up. About right here. SZ0 and SZ0. Select here and bring it in. Duplicate. Bring it in. Now this time we're gonna go to wireframe here. Select all this and hit H. Then we're gonna hit here. Turn on proportional editing and go to bleed linear. Constant. Nope. Ain't random either. Whatever. Alt H. Select here. Cursor selected. Bring it to there. Smooth and turn it back on. Cursor SZ. And bring it up slowly. Select here, SZ0, and we got that part, so we just need to duplicate it. RZ180. Now we got the other part, so we can make that one smaller. Select both of these, GZ, and bring it down, and scale them up. Okay, now hide this half and these halves, hide them, because we can go ahead and delete about this half. H, and go ahead and delete these two. This too, maybe not that, but we can at least set it down and smooth that out. And smooth these edges. Mesh normals, calculate outside, add modifier, subdivision surface, and that looks about right. So now just go to the legs, cursor to selected, and bring it in there. These are not that big, so scale it on the cursor to about right here. Bring it back, get big, and that looks about right. Hide the background again because I wanted to see how this looks. Add modifier, mirror, and mirror on the legs. Alright. Now for the neck. Shift A, circle. Align to Shift A, circle, and align to view, and let's move it in. somewhat an oval shape. So move it in just a little. Go ahead and select this area and delete, because they're going to give it a mirror. And here and here. E to extrude. And bring it out. S, Z. Select in here. E to extrude. EX. Cursor. Bringing these out. GX, scaling down. Here, just gonna select these two, E, S, Z to bring them out. Dissolve these verts. Whoops. Dissolve them. Actually, let's not dissolve them. Smooth them a little bit. There you go. Because now we can go to here and give it more of a curve. But select here, E to extrude and bring it out. M at center, and bringing these in. Same here. E, move it out, scale it in, go ahead and give it a pot spot there, at center, smooth that. Gonna go ahead V here because I forgot to give it some loops. Smooth, not smooth, but bring it in. No, come on now. V. 0.5. V. 0.5. Now, just bridge these back. Do the same to these. V to rip. Scale them about half, or that's fine. Select these. Alright. Got a cursor selected. E to extrude in. Deleting these now. Subdivision surface. Now select all these edges and grid slide them to the end. Hit smooth and do the same here, adding edges all around here. And drag them to right here. Hit smooth. Check off Y and X. Y and Z. Alright, whatever. Just slide it down just a little bit. Bevel here. Alright. RZ, -90. Bring it forward. And select the middle here. Change it to medium point. And bring it up. Deselect the center here, maybe. Try sphere. Sphere looks good, but in the wrong direction. There you go. Turn off proportioning editing. Go to active element. Choose that as your active and hit 0. Do the same for right here. SZ and 0. Whoops. Deselect these. SZ and 0. Alright. GZ to bring it in. Let's go ahead and cut it because this area needs to go down some and rotate it in. Going down, down, give it a slight curve. Alright. Bring this down. Duplicate, bring it up. Turn on clipping. Cursor selected. And just make this bigger. Select vertices. Shift D. SZ -1. Bring that up. And now we got a perfect line right here. So edge, bridge edge loops. E to extrude. In. Z to 1. Now we can just duplicate this. Bring it in. Scale it down. Then select this area. Proportional editing. And just bring it up. But this part here, bring this up and bring this in at 3D cursor. Bring it down to smooth. Bringing these down alongside these. Actually, might be fun. Here, duplicate and bring it straight down. Now select these areas, delete them faces, and bring these in. Alright, now all we gotta do is the bow. But first, select everything. Mesh, normals, recalculate outside. There we go. This area needs to curve a little bit more. Alright. Shift A. Yeah, Shift A. Actually, let's get out of edit mode. Shift Mesh. Cube. Bring it over. Put it in about the middle. Scale it down. Subdivide, put it up by about 2. Then just split it in half. Mirror. And now just do the exact same thing on this end. Scale it down. Bring it in. subdivide a couple of times, smooth it out, about right there. Now just select here, partial editing, SZ, bring it in and out. Plane, SX, scale it down, turn partial editing, bring it in, scaling that down, and now we're just moving the verts in place for this one. That there. We're gonna do 3 and move it in. And for right here, we're gonna move this one down far and smooth that one out. See what that looks like. SY to flatten. Partial editing and turn off connected only. Alright. Select here, cursor selected, selection to cursor. Alright, let's put this on the neck. Apply the mirror and just join these together. So go up here to the neck, cursor to selected, selection to cursor, turn off refs, RZ 180, shrink it down, top view, RX. Alright, let's look at the refs now to see how that looks. A little small, it covers the shoulders, so I think bring it down some. Whoops, bring it. I probably have to bring this up, so front view. Hang on, that's weird. Distance, 0 verts, okay. Whoops, turn off edit mode. Rotate. Bringing it up. Scaling it up. To the left, and let's go ahead and curve this. Put it about right there. And now just select the bottom of this and bring it out. Curve in. There we go. Let's curve this out some. Yep. Now just select the edges here. Alt E, edge crease, crank that up. Probably gotta M at center, M at center, M at center, M at center. Merge all these with the letter M. Select all these. G twice, edge slide in. There we go. Moving that down. And now we're just going to move these up a little. I don't know why they're that far down. Top view. Gonna select all these now. A little too far up. View wireframe. And connected only. Let's move these down. This is the there we go. Just rotate these. Bring it forward a little bit. Rotate them. GX, GY. There we go. Straight smooth. I think that looks pretty good. Gonna bring the bow off the back a little bit more. And bring these down some more. E to extrude and M at center. E to extrude, M at center, GX to bring it over. Alright, we just got one more ribbon to do. And it's the one on the wrist, which is gonna be the easiest. We can actually just select here, duplicate, P by select, separate by selection, move it over here. Select all these, SY0, and edge slide these up to there, edge slide these up to there as well. Just select this part, select this part, smooth it just a little. If you do turn it off, it does look like that. Cursor just selected, and just add in a torus. Bring this down to 12, but minor segments, crank that down to, yeah, about 4 would be fine. Scale it down. Ooh, GZ. Scale it down. Actually, let's go delete that. Duplicate this part. Select here. Cursor selected, cursor to selected. GZ. Here. Taurus. Straight smooth. Select it here now. Oops. Bring it here. Top view. Rotate him. And put him in. Put him in. E to extrude. And there we go. Look a little small, so I'm gonna make them bigger. There we go. Bells will come later because they'll all be one object. So take these, apply the mirror, object, join. Now just select the hand here. Cursor selected, cursor to selected. Select everything, R90 to rotate. Let's put the ribbons on. GX scale in. Scale. Top view, bring it back, rotate it just a little. And scale down, rotate it some. Scale in this up, E, and bring it in. Get my center. And the ribbons. Select in here. Select them right like this. Partial editing. Individual origins and nope, not individual origins. Medium point. And just bring them out. Okay, that's looking good. Work on the breasts just a little bit more. They look a little, they still just look a tad bit strange. X. GZ. That looks a tad bit worse, so let's bring that in. Select in here and smoothen this, see if that works. Smooth this area. There you go. This area needs to be smooth now. Alright, bringing this up and back, rotating. See how that looks. These areas are always the hardest. You just gotta use your own eyes and adjust it where you see it looks good. Buttons look a little off. They need to come up a little. So yeah, about like that. GZ. SX, scale this in. There we go. I think that looks good now. Gonna move the buttons here-ish though to give it a little bit more room. Rotate. Medium point. There we go. Alright. Let's bring this part in now. Go smooth that out. One, two, three, four. There we go. Arms look a little small now. File, save. I think the leg's now looking a little too big. Cursor selected. Select the legs and here too, along with the everything here. E. Select everything, but get rid of the arms, and just scale it down. Actually, yeah, scale it down. Select loops, inner region. That looks worse. Here we go, that wasn't that bad. Oh, Alt H. Got it goes like that. Rotate out. There you go. That looks better. Those will be given gravity when it comes to rigging. I think this looks good. Let's go ahead and fix the butt now. Whoop, forgot to turn on clipping. One more. And smooth twice. Maybe not there. Wireframe and get rid of that. Smooth twice. Select here and smooth this out. Sculpt mode. Go ahead and smooth. Oh, doesn't like the mirror modifier too much. Gonna have to get rid of that. Apply. Sculpt. Just move that out a little bit. Inflate. And just inflate through there too. Inflate there. Grab tool, and let's just bring this in just a little bit. I think it goes out a little too far. Right there. Selecting here though, and bringing that out. Bringing this up. Smooth. Pretty much all this. Just same here. Sculpt again. Turn on a wireframe so I can see it good, and just smoothing this out. Alright, I think that's good for this episode.